Welcome everybody. I'm here to present the add-on which we have built this summer. This summer, as a part of Google Summer of Code 2018. Uh, it's the presentation, though its name is now Play with IFT Ecosystem. The presentation is more about how can now Plane be the Plone can be integrated with other platforms all out there, like any social media platform or any web-based services. So the motivation to our project is to rule out all the tiresome manual jobs for site admins, such as if there's a new item published on a site, then tweet about it or make a Facebook post about it, or such posts. Or let's say if there is any event, let's say this Plone conference itself, then we need to add it to our to calendar or send new notification to subscribers or the event host about the events, or any such manual jobs which site admins have to go, like if there's anything, then do this or do that. So the motivation was really to automate this process, so that if everything just triggered somewhere, then automatically do all this related stuff and you don't have to worry about it. Like there's also one thing, like if there's a content being edited, then log all the username and what they have changed on a spreadsheet, so that you can go back and look who have changed what and all records. So the current solution for is Plone's content rules. uh, as of now, Plone content rules are the nearest solution to this, but the problem with this is when you are trying to integrate with other social platforms, you have to write additional scripts which essentially expand the horizon of their triggering and their action, and which is very cumbersome for the non-techie people who don't really know how to write scripts. And basically we are trying to make it ease for all non-techie folks, so that they can just go pop in, use this click, and it's all done. So uh, our add-on also have a very easy to use and flexible UI, which I will show in a while. uh, so in content rules, there are three things that are trigger, conditions, and action. Trigger is something like if this happened somewhere, then and all these conditions are satisfied for this content, then do this action. And this is the in theory, this is the uh, line. This is these three functionalities that we are again using in our add-on. So the solution that we are proposing is the add-on name. Our add-on name is known as collective.ift. It's under the collective repo. It can be found there. And ift is essentially pronounced, it's IFTTT, and it's essentially pronounced as ift. Uh, let me take you through the ift first. So IFT is basically a free web-based service. Uh, the acronym if itself stands to if this then that. So if something happened here, then do this all this stuff. For example, let's say you got a new Instagram post or new upload, then save it to your Dropbox automatically. You don't have to do this manually. Or let's say you are nearby your home and you want to send a message to your friend or family that okay, I have reached to this place, then it will be sent it automatically. You don't have to do this. So these kind of stuff which IFT provide, this kind of flexibility, this that IFT provide, and we essentially try here to integrate IFT with Plone. So anything happened, any trigger happened at Plone, it itself be published, or anything could be happen on all other social platforms. It has plenty of social platforms, as you can see there. Like each and every day, if it is integrating new and new platforms, it's not just social, but all the health applications, all the social, all G Suite applications, everything is there. uh, so this is about IFT. Let me take you through the add-on itself now, or a small demo of it. As I said, the add-on is available under the hood of collective organization. This is the GitHub page of our add-on. It has a well-written documentation, uh, and yeah, let's go through it. So the easiest way to know about and to be flexible with IFT is using the Plone RSS feed. So RSS feed, basically to use, let's say there is a new RSS on your website and you want it to be published somewhere else. So just sign up for IFT, make a new applet. There's a whole bunch of documentation given here, and you can also use if documentation. It's also very well written. So here is an example where I've used Times of India RSS to create a Google spreadsheet. So every time if there's a new news item has been published on their website, it's all logged in my spreadsheet. So there's a demonstration of it like this. It logs all the data, like when it is being published, what is the title, what is the URL, where, and everything like that. So this is just a basic example with RSS. Now let's see how can we use this to integrate with Plone sites. So the first step is to uh, save the IFT secret key. So when you sign up for sign up at IFT websites, you got a private IFT secret key which you need to when you are you will get a secret key which is essentially needed when you are sending information to IFT, so that they could figure out is that a real person and is that the legitimate person for this event. So you can get the IFT secret key easily there, and there's a when you install our add-on, there's a new configuration available under the add-on configuration called IFT configuration, and you can simply register your secret key there. Now as I said, the this whole add-on is on top of the content rules. So essentially, every time you can go there on content rules and create a new IFT event. But to make it more easier to use for people, we have created a bunch of content triggers which can be used in a jiffy, and you do and admins don't really know what's there underneath and what is content root. They don't need to go through all of it. So let's have a look to it. In theory, we have created three triggers, if triggers. In theory, these triggers basically differ in what information are they sending to IFT. So essentially, IFT accept three payloads. The first two payloads of IFT trigger are always the URL of the content and the title of the content. And the third trigger is essentially what admins want to know of. So the first trigger, that is if content trigger, send the description of the content, that what has been what is the description of this content which has been changed. The second trigger essentially provide the name of the user who has changed that trigger, and the third trigger essentially sends the date and time of the event. Uh, these triggers, there's also an option of manage if trigger, so you can see what all triggers are available on that particular URL, and you can easily delete or change these triggers at any time. So let me now demonstrate a simple if trigger. On this news website, I have already created a content trigger. So let's say if a new news item has been published, then the description along with title and URL of this content will be sent to my Slack channel, where all the people enrolled for this site can see the new news. Uh, let's have a demo to it. So as of now, as you can see, the state of this news is still private. So we don't see any trigger to be happening. But as soon as you make it publish, yeah, you got a successful trigger notification that it has been triggered, and also you can see it is now showing in the Slack channel as well. So it's automated, and there's no worry. You can just all of the people who have signed up for that can see the new news item. And for single content, you can create as many triggers as you want. So let's say you want to tweet about it, you also want to make a Facebook post, or you want to make it as a RSS or Slack. Everything can be created. There is no limit how many triggers you can create. Or also, if you want to log who has created, so you can uh, create different triggers with n number of possibilities. So this is a short demonstration to this. Um Similarly, we have user trigger, where information of the user who has changed the content will be recorded, and a similar event trigger where the event of information with start date and time can be recorded. This event is can actually be used to collaborate with calendars, so that if there's a new event, it will directly be added to your iOS calendar or Google calendar, and a pop-up will be there. So it's, yeah. uh, One another gem that we have integrated in this add-on is easy form integration. So nowadays, easy form is getting popular with Plone 5. Uh, you can actually add another if trigger here. Let's say you create a new easy form for let's say question survey, or a question answer, or a query site, a query page where people will get in. They will add their about information, like who are they, what are their email information and stuff like that, and they post their query. And you then, let's say you want to record all of this in a Google spreadsheet. So while creating this easy forms, you have an option to define actions when the form itself gets submitted. So under this, you have an option for if trigger, where you can configure that what all fields from the form itself you want to be the data from these fields you want to be triggered, or you want to send to the IFT, so that the data then itself be processed and recorded somewhere and used elsewhere. So this is another gem that we have added to this add-on. In the documentation itself, we have some working examples and of applet and triggers. So I have created yeah, on my demo site, I have created a Google spreadsheet example where the information of who is who has made the changes to this particular content are is recorded. Um, yeah, so this is pretty much about the add-on. Yeah, at last, as I said, the this triggering is all done like on the Plone website. The trigger event is handled by content rules, and in here itself, if you go to content rules, you can actually change, let's say, because we want to be keep as simple as it for the admin, so that they don't have to go under hood and check whatever it is. But if, let's say, tomorrow someone wants to, then they can just go here. All the content rules are available here, all the content type information. So you can actually check for the conditions of what content type it is, or what workflow transitions are there. All these conditions can still be made here. So, and under the option of add action, you have the if trigger option. So if someone wants to play more with it, they can just go here and do all the changes that they want. Yeah. So this is all about it. Also, we have a PyPy release to our package, and it's available there. The version 1.0.2 has been already released, and we have also a working demo environment to play with. Yeah, this is the PyPy release that we have. Yeah. So, like, this is the management interface of IFT website where you can just see what all applets are there and you can just turn it on and turn it off. It's also highly integrated with your mobile devices, so you can check notifications there itself and all the pop-up will be there itself. Mm, yeah. So this was all about our add-on. The contributors to this add-on are it's me, Shriyansh, Sally, who is here, then Kim, Nick, who helped us with the demo site. As I said, this add-on was developed with Google Summer of Code 2018 timeline, and yeah, at last we have Asko, who helped me with all the technical stuff that we need to know of. Um, yeah, so thank you. Any questions?
This is really cool. I
Yeah.
mean, it's like this is like one of the things that nobody wants to keep rewriting,
Yeah.
and so using if is like it's the Swiss Army knife. Like now I don't have to have it automatically post to Facebook and
Yeah.
yada yada yada. So this is great. Um, so I was curious, are there have you were there any limitations using the IFT ecosystem that you hit that would make it say, well, it's not this plugin would not be useful for for specific situations?
Not as of now. We have not heard any of such thing. And also, if it is integrating multiple applications, if each and every day, so you could have endless number of possibilities to integrate with any kind of stuff. Uh, Social media is one of the thing. Otherwise, on IFT itself, people are using it to even turn off the lights and
Yeah,
switch off, or even
sleepy.
yeah, even turning on your refrigerator, changing the temperature and stuff. So they are using it for all kind of stuff. The one thing which which still need enhancement in our add-on, that as of now Plone can send triggers to IFT so that other websites can see what's happening here. But one thing which is lacking is, if let's say tomorrow some another website has a new, let's say, news, and you want it to be published on the Plone org itself, then it's not really accepting. But it's all I've already created this issue on our GitHub page, and it's like an enhancement, but it's like it would need another Google Summer of Code project, the whole timeline.
There we go.
It was not possible to integrate this stuff at this moment. In this time period, we were only able to do this. Yeah,
Yeah.
authentication is not really that easy with it.
Well, that's great. That was my next question. It's like, what is missing that you want to
Yes, so
tell us?
this is exactly what you want to know. Getting triggers from other websites or other platforms and perform some action on your website. This may even help to transfer data, like a whole bunch of data, or just single set of lines or single set of things.
Is there a limitation to like the amount of data that can be transmitted, other than?
So the limitation is if only accept 3 payloads. So it's upon you. Like the payload string is not limited, but it's just that 3 different payloads, and they use this 3 different strings to publish on. Like they again have to give this particular strings to other platforms, so they should know of that what is it, right? So there's no limitation with the length of the string, but yeah, you only have 3 payloads with it. Uh, I guess the URL to that image is possible, and then then there's more processing to it, maybe on the other platform, or if in the IFT itself,
Yeah.
because because they are essentially sending the encoding stuff and not really this thing. So
The basic
yeah,
support
yeah,
of
basic, yeah,
string.
yeah, yeah. Basically, it would be string. So there's some more processing required, but yeah, most of the other platform itself have this processing styling, and there's a lot of option on those platforms to accept what is coming in here.
And payload has to be a string, no
Yes.
other type.
Essentially everything is a string, right? It's when it's encoded, you got a string. It's just that you have to decode it and process to get stuff on your page then.
First of all, I have to commend you on the corrective bit. Because what happened is that I'm actually developing something like this, but I'm using Buffer, which is a social media management tool, to do scheduling posts for your social network. Um, Also, there's a corrective that Slack um, content trigger that is already available, and this basically their topic is basically Slack notification, calendar notification, and social network, which is extremely good. Like I don't remember this guy. Good.
Steve.
Steve said. So, my question is, what about scheduled posts? Can you schedule or queue the post to go to social network or so forth? What's the limitation with IFTTT scheduled posts?
So far, I have not seen any scheduling post. It's just that the IFTTT is standing in between. As soon as you send data to it, it will send the data in a nicely manner as it is accepted by the other platforms, and then it has to be processed on the other platform. So I guess if there's I don't know, I have not seen any scheduling stuff, but uh, there's a possibility that if have some processing on them and settings, that only after this time send it to the Facebook or Twitter or stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, maybe there's a way to make it work with future publication dates.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
so
On the on Plone itself, there could be an option that published this on this time, or yeah. There is a possible way that on the Plone itself, you have a option of publication date, right? That when it should be published. So in the transition, workflow transition itself, as I show you in the demonstration, until unless I make it published, the trigger didn't happen and it was not posted on my Slack channel. So on the Plone site itself, you can configure the publication date or timing, and on that particular moment, the site will get up, this content will be published, and as soon as it is published, it will be triggered to IFT and stuff goes on.
um, second question. Um, Fine. Hold on. Someone actually, the question just fell out of my head. Hold on.
Okay, take your time.
um, all right. Moving on.
Are you sure?
I'm trying to remember the question.
Okay. So, anyone else have any question?
Okay, I remember.
Okay.
um, Link rendering. Like, for example, when you post on social media or LinkedIn and so forth, you basically see the title, the lead image, and the description. I'm assuming that come out of the box with the service that you're using, correct?
Oh, sorry, last line again.
Alright. For example, if imagine on LinkedIn you put in a URL and then you see basically the lead image, the title and the description shows up. You can even do it with Twitter. So I'm asking, with the service that you're using, does it take care of link rendering where it capture all of that post to the various social
Oh yeah, there is an option for LinkedIn connectivity. So let's say the three payloads you are choosing are title, URL, and the image content itself. And when you post it to IFT, they forward it to the LinkedIn, maybe as a post. There's a option with LinkedIn itself. There are multiple applets already available there. You could just select one of these and use with your clone. So all these content, basically these three payloads will be sent to IFT, and IFT then process it to LinkedIn, and it can be uh, posted as well.
Is it free? What's the pricing of it? And
Uh, you might have to look for their business model. As of now, I don't really know.
I think their business model is that the partners who offer the platform, such as Twitter and Facebook and also others, there's some kind of financial exchange where when they are providing this free service, I think they pay a fee upfront. But to just use it like this is very, very
Any
that was the impression that I got, because I went down a rabbit hole trying to figure out which Plone would use it first and thought it would have to be a service provider model, or maybe they do some, but no, you don't have to do that. You just send a request to the payload and the payload takes users. Did you sign up for an account?
yeah,
Okay, good.
I did that. And I was looking other websites to join.
No, no, not for anything, not for anything.
No.
okay? Any other question? No. Thank you. Thank you very much.